Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Let me fix this. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is going to be a bit different. I know, obviously, we were on Dub's show and we were talking about qualifying for the Champions League, but I'm going to have a different approach to mine. I already prepared it yesterday, so I prepped for this. As always, I make sure that I prep for it so that it looks a bit different from other people. So what we're going to be doing, guys, we're going to be going game by game. Basically, game by game. So if we say we're playing Crystal Palace, we're going to see how Crystal Palace form is, how they're playing so far, what games they've played, and see if Man City are capable of beating them. I just want to go in a deeper sort of analysis on how we're going to get there. Myself, obviously, my opinion is I think we'll struggle to make top 5, and I think we are in the shits right now and we're in trouble. But I'm also going to look at other clubs' games and see how things are going to go. But anyway, before we start, guys, like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Let me play you the intro.
Wins tackles! It's a title winner!
Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying!
Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!
And we're back. Okay, so let's get into this, guys. Obviously, as I said, we're on Dub's channel. So if you're on Dub's channel with me, you understand my opinion already. I say right now, we are in the shits. We're in trouble. We are almost going to end up maybe in Europa. Anyway, looking at the table right now, right? If you look at the table, we have Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa is the biggest threat, but also you could put Fulham. Because Fulham, even Brighton, oh my God. Jesus Christ, Brighton, you can also put Brighton and Fulham as a threat to us at this point in time if we end up not winning our next game. So far, let's look at this. Our next game is Crystal Palace. Let's look at Fulham. Fulham play Bournemouth. Okay, that's a very difficult game. But Bournemouth, their form hasn't been great so far. And then you look at Aston Villa, as I said, Southampton, easy for Villa because Southampton have already been thrown out. So Southampton don't care at this point in time. But look at where we are, guys. Man City, 6th. This is why I think weeks ago I said this thing where people were confident saying, oh, we are Man City. We might make the top 4, might make the top 5. I was like, maybe 5 and maybe Europa. The bad thing we have right now, which is a bit difficult, is Newcastle, right? Look like they're in great form. Let me check Newcastle's form so far. So Newcastle so far look like they're in great form, and they seem like they're doing well for themselves as a team. So Newcastle so far looks like they're doing very well. They have been winning. Let's see that fixtures. There we go. The next game is Man United. That's for Newcastle. The next game is Man United, and I think they beat Man United at Old Trafford. And now Newcastle is playing at home. So they beat Man United at Old Trafford, and then they're playing at home. So I'm trying to break down this for people. I'm trying to break it down to every single detail so people can understand that it's peak right now. It is difficult right now. Right now, as a City fan, you should be looking at that Europa song, oh, and try to memorize it. We should be accepting that we might actually end up in Europa. And to agree with Sir Alan, we might actually even end up 7th if we continue messing about. Anyway, this is a good comment. Thursday night football would be a nightmare. It would be a nightmare. We needed those points yesterday. You're right. I'm furious that we lost that derby. True. Subbed up and like, big up to you, big up to you. Salon says, boom, big up to you. I hope you're enjoying your cooking. But this is what I'm telling you, people. Because somebody, I think I was speaking to them, they were like, oh, no, it's Man United. Man United might get a draw with Newcastle. As I said, Newcastle this season, I repeat, beat Man United at Old Trafford, where we failed to beat United. And to make it worse, Newcastle have a game in hand. They've played less games than City. So if they slap up United, Newcastle might start looking like the guys who are taking that top 5 or top 4 position. So I don't know, man. And Newcastle's form has been great. Look at the form. They've only lost to Liverpool. So Newcastle has only lost to Liverpool. They beat Forest, who we failed to beat. So Newcastle only lost to Liverpool. That's the team above them. But some of the teams under them and some of the teams around them, Newcastle have managed to beat them. And then don't forget, they have got the hype of winning the Carabao Cup. So Newcastle right now is the team that I'm most scared about. I said Fabrizio Bomba. Let me see that. What is Fabrizio tweeted? Oh my God! I hope it's something. I hope it's something. Let me see this. Fab. What has Fab tweeted? What has Fab tweeted? Does anybody know what Fab just tweeted? Fabrizio Bomba. Let me check. Give me a minute, chat. What has Fab tweeted? I can't see anything. Let's see. Fab. Okay, Fab. Fabrizio. What does he tweeted? Wait. What does Fab tweeted? Because I can't see anything. Oh, I see. I see. Bayern and Ajax have sent scouts again this month to follow Man City 17-year-old talent Divine Mukasa. This Divine kid is a baller, and we might lose him. This Divine kid is a baller, and we might lose him. And I don't want us to lose him because he's actually a very good number 10. So, guys, the bomber is Bayern and Ajax have sent scouts again this month to follow Man City 17-year-old talent Divine Mukasa. That's the kid who's cooking it in the Man City youth team. The kid who's playing as a number 10. He's got high assists and very high double numbers in assists and double numbers in goals. And it says that Man City are trying to work on a contract. But anyway, let's thank you very much for that, man. Thank you very much for that. That's the bomber. Newcastle form is irrelevant. If we continue to drop points, Pep will do it to us if he keeps starting Anks. You know what? It's quite funny. These Anks will not get us anyway. Let's be honest. But anyway, let's keep going, guys. Look at that. Look at the form for Newcastle. Then somebody tells me, "Oh no, we will make the top 5." It's looking dark right now. It's very dark. At this point in time, it's very dark. And as I said, if you look at the table right now, Newcastle have only played 30 games. Everybody has played 31 games, except Crystal Palace down there. But Newcastle have only played 30 games, and they are the one who look a bit in form. They've got great form going into this. Man City have 52 points, and then Aston Villa has 51 points. Fulham 48. Fulham is playing Bournemouth. It's a difficult game, but Aston Villa is playing Southampton. So Aston Villa will definitely beat Southampton. I don't see any miracle of Southampton beating Aston Villa. Southampton look like they're done. They've been relegated already. They have nothing to play for. It's looking dark. It means we have to beat Crystal Palace at home. That means Man City have to beat Crystal Palace at home. And as I said, some of the teams around us, let me go to Fulham. Some of the teams around us, if you think about it, some of the teams around us, look at Bournemouth's form. Look at form by Bournemouth has been struggling. Fulham might slap them. It's Fulham at home. No, Fulham is away. Bournemouth has been struggling also recently. So I don't know, man. It's just, it looks peak at the moment. And as I said, yesterday, everybody's pissed off. You already know my opinion yesterday. It wasn't great. It was pathetic. I think yesterday we played like a bunch of cowards. Yesterday we put out the wrong lineup, and Pep Guardiola looked like he was more than satisfied with the draw. I don't know what you guys think. He was more than satisfied with the draw. And what broke my heart, or what broke me, is That Man United team is pathetic. The United team we played this season is one of the worst United teams I've ever seen, and we feared them. And they actually looked better than us. United actually started looking better than us. United looked like the team that was going to score. United looked like the team that was going to win the game. It was just horrible. And this tactic of playing KDB, the most creative midfielder we have, as a first nine, and the most informed striker or forward in the world, Mamouche, was played as a winger to accommodate KDB as a first nine. I don't know what was going on. No creativity by Gundogan. No creativity by Bernardo Silva. No creativity by Foden. Kovacic was getting caught out and bullied by Ugarte and Casemiro. As I said on Dap's channel, Casemiro won. I repeat, Casemiro, right? At 33 years old, won 14 out of 15 battles in the field. He won the most battles on the field. It was Casemiro. Can you imagine? It was Casemiro. I can't believe when somebody sent me those stats, I almost spat out my food. I'm telling you. I almost spat out my food when I found out that, oh, it is actually Casemiro who was the best on that field. I'm telling you. He was the best on that field. It was Casemiro. A 33-year-old finished midfielder. And I don't know. We just look at we had no desire. That's why yesterday might be the reason why we struggle. Yesterday, I repeat, yesterday, because let's not forget, Chelsea dropped points. Forest dropped points. So, Chelsea dropping points was an opportunity for Man City to go above Chelsea. And then we didn't take it. And this season, there's multiple times where teams have dropped points and City haven't taken the opportunity. And that's the other reason why we're in this mess. That's the other reason we are currently in this mess right now. And I don't know. I don't know what else to do, to be honest. Because at this point in time, I think Europa looks like where we're going. I'm not trying to be bad or anything, but I think it is actually Europa where we're going to end up if we look at it. Then we're going to look at Man City in a few minutes. We're going to look at Man City in a few minutes. So we'll also check. So like the video and subscribe. I'm just sending a link to one of my friends, and then when we send the link, we'll jump into Man City and see if we're gonna make it. Because a lot of people are telling me, this is what they keep telling me. They're like, "Oh, Patrick, our run is easy," but I'm telling you guys, that run we have is not easy. It was easy when we were the treble winning Man City. It was easy when we were the four-time winning Man City. It was easy when we were in the Centurion season. It's not easy right now. Let's go into it. Let's go into it, because a lot of people keep telling me that, oh, I'm overreacting. It's an easy run. So okay, let's check out this easy run. Let's check out this easy run that everybody is saying we have. Let's go and check out this easy run that Man City have, and a lot of people are confident with. So there is Man City. Cool. Okay, fixtures. So we are starting now. Like the video, guys. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. So let's start with the easy run, isn't it? Everybody says it's an easy run. We'll make it. Right now, can you tell me in the chat? I want everybody in the chat to get involved. Let me know. I want you to tell me in the chat right now, when you're looking at this list over here, Crystal Palace versus Man City, who here is sitting that, oh, that's an easy run? Let me actually click into Crystal Palace and Man City. Let's look at the form between the two teams. Look at Crystal Palace's form. They beat Villa 4-1. That's a good Villa side. They beat a good Fulham side 2-0. Now, I want you to tell me what an easy run is, because I don't understand. Maybe I am the one who is deluded or trying to downplay that. Crystal Palace is an easy game. It's not. They're in top form. I've been watching them. They are playing good football. This new manager of theirs has them playing good football. And do you know what scares me? The fact about Crystal Palace, They are very good at counters and transition. And what's the weakness we have so far with the coward way we are playing? We can't handle transitional counters. We can't. The best thing you have to be hoping is a draw for this. Because if Pep has watched Crystal Palace this season, he'll be scared of Eze's counter. Mateta is back and he's in top form. Adam Wharton, what a midfielder. Very powerful. They have a very powerful midfield. Let's not forget this same midfield dominated us before. And we were laughing. We were like, oh, no way. I remember we were laughing, saying, no way we're being dominated by this Crystal Palace. So, guys, you told me that Crystal Palace and the rest of I'll go game by game. So, Carl, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Patrick. I'm well.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to explain to people that they keep telling me that
we're not making top. We're not making you.
Yeah, look at the teams we're playing. The teams are in top form.
We're not making Champions League, Patrick.
Yeah, the teams are in top form, Carl. Look at Crystal Palace.
We're not making Champions League. He's going to be afraid of those teams. He's going to try and park the bus, play all these guys, and try to play Rondo, and we're not going to win. We're not going to make Champions League. We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it.
So our last game with Crystal Palace was a draw. We drew against them. We have beaten them a few times, but we've drawn sometimes. So we drew against them again here. But I'm just saying, look at the form, and look at our form. Crystal Palace have actually a better form than us. They actually beat Brighton, and that's the team that Brighton drew with us. Brighton almost beat us, and Crystal Palace beat Brighton. And I remember I was watching that game. They really did not struggle to beat Brighton. Brighton scored first, but Crystal Palace Crystal Palace scored first and Brighton scored again, I think so. But all I'm saying is this Crystal Palace game, some people are saying easy run. Okay, let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going, because as I said, I just want to explain to people that we might be in the dark right now. So let's go against Everton away. Everton away has been very difficult for many teams this season. Everton has been very difficult for many teams this season. Everton has drawn a lot.
What was the result for Everton, Liverpool, Everton, Arsenal? Wasn't it draw?
No, they lost last minute to Liverpool, but they drew to Liverpool. Okay, well, at Anfield they lost 1-0, but just barely. But at the ground they drew. They've been drawing a lot. They draw a lot.
And I guess
Arsenal draw.
There we go.
Yeah. Arsenal draw. Yeah. So they're not an easy team to beat. Even David Moyes said we have turned our team in a team where when big teams come here, it's difficult for them to win. Looking at that, do you think we have the capability of going to that Everton side?
Not with this team.
And beating them?
Not with this current manager's mindset and this team. No.
Yeah, so that's the Everton one, guys. So as I said, I'll be going game by game because I believe that we are going to struggle, and I believe we might end up in Europa or 7th. Because as I showed you Newcastle already. Newcastle have a game in hand. They play United, but they beat United already at Old Trafford this season. And then United are going to Newcastle. I don't think United are going to Newcastle and beat Newcastle at that stadium. I don't think United will go to Newcastle and beat them at that stadium. No way. No way. Let me read some of this. It says Newcastle form is even if we continue to drop points, Pep will do it us. The outgoes. Patrick, what do you think our best team is? Our best team is Nico Gonzalez as a midfielder. Our best team is playing Mamouche as a striker, and our best team is playing Jack Grealish as a number 10. I think at this point in time, the guy who looks better as a number 10 is Jack Grealish. I never thought I would say that, but we've reached a point where Jack Grealish actually looks better as a number 10 than Foden and De Bruyne. Also, the De Bruyne issue, Carl told me something, and now it made sense. We spoke about this, Carl. We spoke about this yesterday, but we spoke about this on Dap's channel just a few minutes ago. Everyone was asking Carl that why are you playing a creative midfielder as a first 9? Why are you playing the most informed forward as a winger? You get it? The most informed forward in Europe was Omar Mamouche. And the guy who can create for Omar Mamouche with those through balls is De Bruyne. You play him as a first 9 to press. That's one of the issues also. It's not about the best team we can play. It's about the best players we can actually pick. And we play them on the right position. I'm telling you.
Let me share a little secret with you of what coaches do, right? When sometimes when you don't have a real number 9 and you want to hide a player, You have to play them, but you want to hide them. You give them this false nine role to go and chase around the field. That's what you do. That's what happens. So when you think about kids playing 7v7 or 9v9, right? The position that's the least risky is to play them as a 9 or a false 9 to chase and press, when the real players are supposed to be in the middle of the wide areas or center back. That's what the kid coaches do. So when you see De Bruyne play a false 9, where we know that he doesn't have the legs, because the coach doesn't trust him to play central. That's why he has Gundogan, Kovacic, and whoever else was central. That's what happens. So when I see that happening, I'm saying to myself, something's going on here with this guy and the manager. There's a trust issue that's going on. He has to play him. He's the captain, but I want to play in a position where there's less risk. Go and chase and try and press in a false 9. Even though I know you don't have the legs, go and do the job. That's what's going on. So when I talk about these things with some people who feel that they're little things that you don't know that coaches do, and you watch and you say, nah, there's a problem right here. I'm telling you, that's what we coaches do. We play sometimes when we don't have our striker, we play the least riskiest person, or the most riskiest person in a position where they can't cause harm. Go play them as this false 9, go and chase and press. That's what happens.
So you're trying to tell me that he played KDB there because he doesn't trust him in that midfield?
Doesn't trust him. He doesn't have the legs.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. So
Doesn't trust him.
But isn't that the same KDB who played in the Ukraine as a midfield?
But KDB was a midfield and he had Lukaku up front. So KDB had the motivation to try to win that game and dominate that game, which he did. Where's the motivation?
Yeah, but for this one can be his last derby. So play him in his position. He'll be motivated.
Yeah, but then where's the motivation? Is it motivating him to do that?
No.
Question. So, I've been talking about this for a long time. I keep getting, some people keep talking crap. I'm talking for a long time. Keep watching. This guy is going to go to another club and begin to dominate. I'll be like, wow, where was KDB with us? Even in his twilight years. Watch his face.
I have a feeling that's going to happen. I want him to go to Miami because I wanted to buy Messi's jersey. I'm going to buy KDB. Now, guys, the only hope I have that Chelsea also will struggle with us is because they play Ipswich. Ipswich have actually started playing good, but maybe they'll beat Ipswich. But Fulham is difficult game. Everton again is difficult. Liverpool look like they've given up. They got smacked up by Fulham, but I don't know if Liverpool will lose to Chelsea. I think it might be a draw. Then Chelsea play Newcastle. So Chelsea actually have the big run. Chelsea are the one I feel bad for Chelsea. Because Chelsea seems to be the team that, what's funny, Carl, do you know what's funny with Chelsea? Do you know how at the beginning, do you remember, Carl, they thought they were in the title race? Carl, are you here?
Yeah, I remember.
Do you know what they thought? Have you seen Chelsea? Now the Roosters have come to roost because they never played the big teams first, Chelsea started with the small Southamptons, these teams. Now look at what they have at the end. This is evil, Carl. I've never seen such evil. Look at this lineup. This is just draws written all over them. You know what I mean? Draws. They're just lucky that maybe Liverpool will be slightly off because Liverpool look like that. Forest, I think, will also be celebrating already. But Fulham, I don't know what they're playing for. I'll actually look at the table. But this is what the hope I have. And you know what's funny? I never knew in my life, especially with Pep Guardiola as a City fan, I'll sit here and start looking at possibilities of other teams.
That's where we are. Mate.
I know it's pathetic though. It's pathetic. But anyway, let's keep going, guys. Like the video, let's keep going. We're gonna go back. So anyway, the next game we're playing is Aston Villa. Carl, by just looking at Villa, do you think maybe Villa? Wait, this is Tuesday the 22nd. Will Villa be playing Champions League football? No, the one. That means that's why they're playing with us.
Well, are we home or away?
We are home against Villa.
Do they play Champions League before the second leg? Before us? What do they do?
When is Villa's next Champions League game, guys?
Right. So if they play UCL just before us, that's where the advantage comes in. They're gonna play an extra game. Champions League is just really tough. They're coming to the Etihad. I will give us the edge if it doesn't start playing rubbish.
Yeah, but our match is on the Tuesday on the 22nd. So Villa play today. Villa are playing today or tomorrow, Wednesday, and then they play again on Will Villa play? Yeah. So the next Champions League might be the 15th or the 16th. I think so.
Okay, so they're free.
Yeah.
They may be out by then, or maybe they're probably out by then, because Paris will probably beat them.
Yeah. So basically, they will want that spot. So this Villa game will be dangerous because they want that spot.
Well, the question becomes, what's he going to do? Is he going to go to the guys he trusts because he's trusted them, or is he going to be brave and try to win the game?
Okay, let me actually see how Villa have been doing so far. I think they won the last match.
Yeah, they won. I think 8 in a row or something.
Everybody has better form than us, Carl. They
Yeah,
even beat Brighton. They beat Brighton. They beat Forest. They beat Brentford. They beat Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, do you know, out of all the teams that we're listing, the top 7 or top 8, you know the worst informed team is us?
Of course they are. It is. That's why. Listen, I know some people will say, "Oh, well, it is what it is. We are where we are." Fine, but don't accept mediocrity. Why is it acceptable to accept mediocrity?
No, we can't. We can't.
Why is it acceptable to accept mediocrity?
Yeah, Villa playing good. Yo, Jordan, big up to you. We should be more worried about Villa. That's true. We should be more worried about Villa. I am not worried about Villa. They have nightmare ending to the season, but they're playing good football. And Chelsea too, I know, but you never know. Says I prefer this for Diaz. By the way, Diaz cannot defend Highline. Diaz has been great though. Diaz actually saved us in the last game. Score more than the opponent. That's the thing. Kao has been saying the way we are playing, we play a little bit cowardly football. That's the reason why we can't go at opponents and outscore them. This is not Pep 2017, 2018. This is a more, we have to conserve our energy. We have to make sure we don't get countered. We have to make sure we don't get hit in transition. We have to make sure we keep control. So this is not the exciting Pep versus Monaco game, Pep versus Liverpool games. No. 4 wins from 7 games gives us CL football because Chelsea, Newcastle, Forest, and Villa are playing each other. Yeah, but are we gonna get those 4 wins? German chicken wing. Are we gonna get says? Who said that we are never in the race?
That's the question, right? Are you certain you're gonna get 4 wins?
Yeah, that's the thing. Are we gonna get all those 4 wins? Because looking at our team, look at the form of other teams. This is the funny thing is people should start opening their eyes and see. I'm just showing you the form of other teams. Their form is great. I haven't seen any team that has worse form than us. Let's keep going anyway. So that's Villa, isn't it? That's Villa. Then we move on to what's our next game? Wolves. Maybe Wolves will be the one with poor form. But Carl, Wolves, no matter how bad they are, they've sometimes given us a run for our money, haven't they? I know we beat them, but we always sometimes.
I mean, that's the hope, right? The hope is that all these teams who have traditionally beat them, that we be able to do that.
Even Wolves has better form, Carl.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Is look at the form table.
Carl, even Wolves have
and
better form.
Don't forget, you're the one playing under pressure. They're not playing under pressure.
This is funny. Even Wolves has got better form than City.
Yeah,
what's going on?
That's where we are.
Guys in the chat, do you see this? Even Wolves has better form than City.
Yeah, that's where we are.
What's happening, guys? This is bad. And this is what I keep telling people. Stop saying, it doesn't matter. Look at this. Even Wolves. Somebody said in the last 22 matches, Wolves have gathered more points than City.
Let me tell you the truth about those people who say it doesn't matter, right? Those people are somehow happy that this is happening because they feel like because they lost their club to the globalists who want success, because we're now terrible again, it reminds them of the past, and they're happy because some of people will buzz off. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Behind the scenes, that's what's going on. That's what's going on in their brains. And so part of them is happy that this is happening to see the reaction. And my point of view is that why accept mediocrity? Why is it okay to be mediocre with all the resources that you've been given? Shouldn't they expect more? I'm not saying you win the league every single year, but by God, you're 7th, man. In a year when you have 5 spots for Champions League, you may not make it. That's not good enough.
It's bad. And it says last 22 matches were 13th on form, I believe. Not good enough. My God. I'm telling you, guys, this is why I keep questioning the manager this season and what's going on. Because we have poor form than Wolves. There's no team. I have Carl, how many teams have I shown? 4 so far, isn't it? Out of all the 4 teams, City have the worst form out of all the 4 teams. And somebody sits there and tell me, let's not be worried. We can allow one bad season. But I get it, but the season is bad. I think maybe only Southampton. Carl, I think this is the only time we'll have better form, yeah. This is the only time. But Southampton have been relegated. Have been thrown out of the league. So that's why they have got poor form. And this is the only game I'm confident that we'll beat Southampton, even though we only beat them 1-0.
I'm not even confident that we're going to beat them, Patrick.
Southampton, you think Southampton will give us one last hurrah?
I don't know, man. I'm not even confident they're going to beat them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I haven't seen anything that tells me. I haven't seen anything.
Oh, Bournemouth have got a bad form. What happened to Bournemouth? Jesus Christ.
Well, what injuries?
Have they got injuries?
Yeah, injuries, and they revert to the mean. When the players, they didn't have Kirkes, which is their most dangerous player. He was out. A suspension. Two players. If they had to, when they beat us, they had Kirkes and two other players. They matched.
This is a big fall off, Carl. This is bad.
And I'm not the only one who said this. Go to 9220 podcast. They talked about this on the podcast. They talk about this on the podcast. So it's not me saying it.
That Bournemouth is going to fall.
No, that just generally our performance this season has been terrible. And that game was awful. I'm not the only one who's saying this, Patrick. It's not just me.
Can I ask you something? Out of all the Manchester derbies you've watched, Man City thing, including the time when we were not that great, this one is the worst, isn't it? Even the time we were not that great, we used to put a bit of a fight.
It was horrible. It's horrible. There's one that happened 2 years ago where it was 0-0 again, where he parked the bus. That was also terrible as well. Yeah. It was horrible. I have this season. I've written off the season because it's like, I just write this. Whatever happens, happens. We're Europa League. We want to enjoy Europa League games.
If it's Conference League, it's been Conference League.
Yeah, it is what it is. We'll go watch it.
But how do we go forward? Because let me ask you, Carl, because you know finances, and it's good I have you here. Because I was telling people that if we end up in Europa, there's no way players are leaving the Champions League team to come to us.
It depends.
Somebody said they might leave because of Pep, because they're coming to play for Pep.
Yeah, it depends. They may do that, but the likelihood is they probably won't. Yeah, they probably won't.
If you're Florian Wirtz's agent, are you asked if he says, "Oh, can I go to City?" Would you send him to City?
Wirtz is not coming to City, Patrick. I've told you that before. These bozos, clowns, that he's not coming. He's not coming here. Forget about it.
Yeah, because but at the end of the day, also, can I ask you with the finances, if we fail to make Champions League, how much of an impact is it on the finance?
We lose over 120 million, 120, 130 million. We lose it. Their hope is that we win Club World Cup and get that money back. Patrick, man, I don't know. They knew what they.
So that rebuild, so abandoning that rebuild in summer just looks stupid now, because if they don't make it, there's no rebuild. Because how are they going to rebuild if they haven't got any? Because we didn't even go far in the Champions League. We got embarrassed again in the Champions League.
Correct.
So number one, we didn't go far in the Champions League.
It was a colossal mistake, a categorical failure. That was.
How much money do you get from winning an FA Cup?
Nothing. Immaterial. It's immaterial. What, 2-3 million, maybe 4 million? Right? If Bernardo Silva can pay down by himself, a check.
This is bad. This is the what you call a combination of bad things. Let's just say that this is a
catalog of failures across the board, from top to bottom. That's what it is. It's a catalog of failures, and we knew what was going to happen. We all knew. You go and sign Gundogan back from Barcelona, who kicked him out because he was poor, and you expect that to be a major signing in the summertime. Come on now.
Everybody's asking this: that where is the attacking team that used to kill teams? It's gone.
Not there anymore. It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. Do you think, just speaking here, do you think maybe the stuff that happened to him personally has truly affected him also this season?
100%. My wife has told me exactly that.
Yeah, I think it did, didn't it? I think it did.
Yeah, that's why my missus told me. My missus told me that. I asked her what's going on. She says, well, personal affects business. Trust me. Especially that close, it happens. It's probably a factor. Your motivation, your desire, your focus, all changes.
Yeah, and by the way, Carl, do you remember that kid that everybody's raving about, the Divine Mukasa?
It's not. Nothing's happening to the boy. The boy should go and play somewhere else.
Yeah, no, Bayern and Ajax sent scouts. I keep sending scouts. They're looking for him.
Yeah. She can't play somewhere else. They'll never play him here.
Yeah, they'll never play him. That's the same as Echeverri. Echeverri is nowhere to be seen.
Yep, the best talent in South America, golden boy, nowhere to be seen. You rather play Gundogan in midfield with Foden and Grealish in midfield and Kovacic. You know, no spark. You want to control the game with 1,000 million passes to nowhere. The boy should go and just you know, call his agent, knock on the door and say, listen, we want to move. Madrid will take him. Barcelona will take him. It's just facts. It's just facts. Not being negative, it's just facts.
It's just bad. It's just bad, and it's not looking great, City fans. It's not looking great at this moment in time, and I hope it gets fixed. I hope we make Champions League. If not, then it's Europa, and at the end of the day, we deserve it as a team. And but some of us have been fighting all season, asking questions. So some of you guys have been accepting it. So I would like to see the same energy when we're in Europa or we're in a conference league or somewhere else. I would like to see the same energy. I would like to see the same energy in summer when they tell you that they can't afford Verts because Verts doesn't want to come here, or any big player doesn't want to come here because they don't want to play Europa. They'd rather play Champions League because another team has offered them Champions League football. So I'd like to see that same energy. Don't forget also what happens when you're in these situations. Other teams come in and try to get your players. They try to tell him, why don't you come here and play Champions League football? And none of these players have got loyalty to say, let me stay here. This is just good business. And the most depressing thing is most of the players that were played against United have no motivation. I want you to look at a difference. Just look at a small difference between the players who have never won anything with City. Let's talk about Nunes. We're talking about Nico O'Reilly, who is a youth. They seem to be running better. They seem to be trying to work harder. People like Josko, yes, he's one, but Josko seems to have a desire to do something. Why, if you look at our old players, the desire is gone. That's the same thing as Carl said. Where is the motivation? Maybe Carl is right that after 9 years, you keep hearing the same voice in the dressing room. You can't really motivate somebody who's won everything. What is he going to tell them now? Like, most of these players are like, what are you going to tell me? Bernardo is like, I wanted to leave 2 years ago. You told me to stay. But what are you going to tell me now? What's Bernardo Silva's motivation going forward? What's Gundogan's motivation? He's the treble-winning captain. He's already played for Barcelona. And he won the trophy with Barcelona, didn't he? With Xavi. I think Gundogan did. He did he? I think so. I'll check that. Let me know. I think he did. I think he won it with Xavi. So his fantasy of playing for Barcelona happened. His next ambition is to go back to Turkey. And then you talk about KDB. He still wants to play in the World Cup. So that's one of the things that came out. That means he's definitely going to play in a very competitive league because he wants to play in the World Cup. He still thinks at 33 he can give something. And then the club has decided not to give him an extension. There's just so many things that are happening right now with the team. And then we keep waiting for those 115 charges to come out. There's a lot of stuff that's just in the air and obviously needs answering. And now we find out that Chicky is staying on for a few more months with Viana. I don't know why, because he stayed already. He said he was going to leave now, but now he's extending again. So I don't know what's going on there, if the rebuild is too big or there's something that he has to do before he leaves. There's just so much right now happening with this City team. And I think people were right at the beginning because people were like, this has nothing to do with Rodri. There's something deeper in this team, and there is something deeper in this team. I don't know if Pep Guardiola needs a sabbatical or he needs to go on holidays. Maybe during this Club World Cup, it mustn't be Pep Guardiola on the touchline. Maybe it must be one of his assistants and let this man go relax with his family. Oh, look at, we said in the Dubs channel that look at Foden with his issues that are happening. Maybe he just needs time off. Maybe some of these players need to sit the bench at the Club World Cup and let the youngsters play. Yet let some of these hungry youngsters, because what motivation do they have? They have won so much with this team. The other motivation, I think even Kawa mentioned, is when a new manager comes in. Given an example of Liverpool, where I did not believe that Liverpool will actually come back. I was shocked to see Liverpool start playing good like this because I thought they were done. But maybe it was just Klopp. They were tired listening to Klopp. I'm not saying Pep has to leave, but I'm just giving you scenarios that maybe it's deeper than just injury.
No, but the problem, Patrick, is that you say these things, right? And we all agree with these things, right? But there's some people going to say, "Oh, you're saying Pep out," right? Because you don't toe the line or agree with them 100%. You don't ask the question. People are afraid to ask questions because they're afraid that someone will call them out as if they're Pep out. And that's cowardice. That's fear. That's terrorism, right? Where you can't speak your mind because you're afraid of what people will say. No, speak your mind. If you don't believe something is right, say it. Maybe it's because I'm American. Maybe that's why we talk. We just talk the facts. We don't care about the emotion. If you're poor, you're poor. Don't seek to cover it up. Talk about it. Expose it. That's the only way you get better. That's the way we teach our kids. When they don't play well, we tell them, hey, you didn't play well today. I don't care what happened. You weren't playing the right position. You weren't doing the right things. You're being scared. Be brave. Have courage. Speak your mind.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's what I keep telling people. Like, you have to say, will it even be Europa? Could be conference or completely miss out if we keep this form up. That's true. Guys, go subscribe to This Is City. Go subscribe to our Alf's channel. Very good channel, guys. And This Is City and Alf. Go subscribe to the channel. Guys, drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We're trying to get to 4K. At this point in time, guys, let's just hope that these players will motivate themselves. Footballers really don't care that much about playing for Pep. They want to be at a club that they will improve their career at. Pep has proven to ruin the careers of many players. Wow, that's a very tough statement. Alf, I know, Alf, you always speak your mind, and big up to you. Let's see. I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather have no Europe ball than playing Conference League. That is true. Conference League is. Do you know the thing is, City would actually play the kids. Maybe eventually the kids would play in the Conference League, because the Conference League has got teams that you're like, I didn't even know that team existed at all. But that's the thing. I think people don't even get where some of us are coming from. For the fact that Man City ends up in the Conference League or ends up in Europa, this Man City with the prestige right now, it's not great. It's not a great look, and it's not even a great look for Pep himself as a manager. I'm in the Conference League. But anyway, guys, that was Man City's last games. We looked at all the games. We just looked at the form of the other teams, because I just wanted to show people that it's not as easy as you think. Crystal Palace are in top form, and Crystal Palace have caused us issues before. Yes, we've beaten them, but it's always a struggle sometimes to beat Crystal Palace. And when we were in the treble season, we struggled against Crystal. I think they took points from us twice, if I don't remember. Brentford, teams like Brentford always give us issues. Talking about Aston Villa in top form right now. And right now, Asensio and Marcus Rashford and Rodgers are cooking. Those guys would cook us right now, believe it or not. So this thing where people are saying, oh, it doesn't matter, our run is so easy. Everton away is difficult now. A lot of people have got draws with Everton. Everton have drawn with big teams that beat us 5-1 like Arsenal. Everton drew, and Everton almost beat Arsenal, believe it or not. They almost beat Arsenal. Let me just keep it back with you. They drew against Liverpool that beat us so easily. So guys, let me know your opinions in the chat or in the comments. Let me know your opinions about Man City's last games. If we're gonna make it, win, lose, or draw, how many games are we gonna win? How many games are we going to draw? It's just time to tell people the truth. It's a similar situation to Liverpool when they had to replace the whole midfield a couple of years ago. It took a season to settle, and they are winning again. We missed the rebuild board last summer. That is true. Made it a bigger job this summer as a result. 200 million in January makes UCL bare minimum. Carl, I like Alf. You see what he says?
I see
it. He says 200 million in January. That's true. That is true.
I mean,
and,
if any
that's why I like his channel. That's why I like watching. I've watched Alf's channel. He's got a channel. He's a City fan. I like Alfie. He just says it as it is. 2 million in January makes a UCL bare minimum. That is true.
I mean, if any other manager got 200 million in January and doesn't make Champions League and is in the Europa League, questions will be asked. Let's be clear, right? Let's be clear. Questions will be asked. It's a fact. It's just a fact. It's not emotion. This is just pure.
Yeah,
facts.
but that's why you and me are asking the questions, and people say don't ask.
Yeah, they don't want you to ask. They say, oh, because he won the treble, good. Because he was quadruple, yes, good. Okay, that's in the past. What are you doing in the future? Right? What have you done for me lately?
Yeah, that is true.
What's in the future?
That is true.
Guys. Hey, listen, Patrick. This is the modern game, guys. Right? Whether you like it or not, this is the modern game. This is how it rolls. You always judge by what you do next, not what you've done before. Yes, what you've done before has some credit. We allow that to happen, but there's a level, it's a standard you've set that you need to maintain and keep.
Yeah,
And we're not.
this is what I'm saying. Guys, we spent 200 in January. Surely UCL had to be minimum, because the issue we were struggling is in the midfield we were slow. Then we went to get a midfielder in Nico Gonzalez, who's 23 years old. And then we were struggling in defense. We went to get Kusanov and Victor to help out in defense. And then we were struggling with goals. We went to buy the most informed forward in Omar Mamouche. So Alf is right. Bare minimum is UCL, and we failed. We're failing as it's look right now. We're failing to accomplish something that's a bare minimum. And the teams around us haven't been great. But now look, they've caught up form. They've caught form now. The other time when we buy in January, some of these teams were struggling. We could have caught Forest. I remember there was a time, Carl, we could have caught up to Forest because Forest lost and we had to win a game, and I think we didn't win it. And then Forest now have gone above us. It's even crazy right now as a City fan to be sitting there and saying, oh, Forest are above us, or Forest are done with the Champions League thing, or now we're looking at Newcastle, Villa, Brighton, we're looking at Fulham as the competition for Europa and the other stuff. It's just, I just think like it's been a very shitty season, but there's been a lot of mistakes from the board. There's been a lot of mistakes from Pep Guardiola, from management, and some players just seem like they are tired of this formation, and some of the formations that have been put out, I think, have been put out to just protect ourselves.
What did Josko say about inverting to fullback? What did he say recently? Didn't he say something about, he can do it, but it means that we're going to do a lot of high intensity sprints to recover the ball back? Didn't he say that? Something like that?
I didn't hear that. Did he say that?
Yeah, he did. He did. Which tells you that.
But that's what happens when you invent. You remember Kyle Walker was struggling with that, where he used to go down the middle, then he couldn't run out again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Keep going. Finish up. You were finishing something.
No, it's the players are dropping messages like that. It means that they're talking amongst themselves, right? About, bro, I have to keep running back and forth like, man, we'll do it, boss, but whoa, man, it's tough. And you see that on the field. You see it on the field. It's there. You can see it on the field. So how do you adapt to the quality that you have? Do you still play this inverted fullback system where you have spacing behind and people kill you in transition? Can you adapt and change your different system that maximizes the current players that you have in their current form? Mid-block 3-4-3-3 and then counter press and transition. Why do you have to play this high line where you don't have sprinters to run back to recover? You don't have Walker. You have Diaz. You have Josko, who's sprinting back 40 yards to go cover. Just questions, right? It's just questions. So
Continuing where he says, ask questions 100%, but what answers do you want? Pep knows.
That's not my job. My answer
he
to him
rebuilds and makes adjustments.
My answer.
But Martin, are you accepting? No, let me answer Martin. So Martin, you're telling me, do you know the wage bill we have? Have you seen the wage bill? So you're telling me that, Pep knows he's not been good enough this season, but okay, let's just allow him to continue making some of these mistakes this season. He'll fix the next season. But the mistakes he's making, the schoolboy mistakes he's making recently, even after buying him more players, will cost the club, and he will cost the club. I know you're like, I don't care if I watch Conference League or Europa, but also this club is a business. That's the thing is, it's a business. It will cost the club, and that summer rebuild you're talking about, it's not going to happen now with full effect if you're in Europa. It's not happening in Conference League. You're going to miss out on revenue. You're missing out on revenue. You're also missing out on players coming, because I'm sorry, this is not years ago where, because of Pep Guardiola, because it's Man City, I'm coming. Teams are still looking at Leverkusen, who are in the Champions League. Teams are still looking at Forest. I was like, yeah, let me go play the Champions League with Forest. Forest look like they are on the upcome. They look exciting. They'll still go to other teams. Why would this Wirtz guy, the only guys keep hyping, leave Leverkusen, who are in the Champions League, to go play Europa on Conference League because it's Pep Guardiola and Man City? Why would he not go to Madrid? Madrid are looking for him. Why would he leave us? But the only reason why we had is because we had Champions League football. We were winning trophies. We were exciting. So players would be like, I want to go play exciting football. Every player, when you interview them, they're like, I want to go play at City because they play attacking football, exciting football. That's not there anymore. and then add the fact you're in Europa or Conference League, there's no attraction. So how is this rebuild going to work? How is this rebuild going to work? We don't trust the academy anyway. So where are we going to get these top midfielders to come in at City? Where? That's what I'm asking. Anyway, well, we're going to end it here. Hoping for Fernandinho to join the staff. Some see the questions, but I don't want to answer. What the fuck is that? No, I don't. So again, Pat, what do you want? You and Carl never answered the question. What we want is him to play good football. Him to not be playing the same formation that's not working. That's what we want.
Let me tell you what I want. I just want my team back. The team that excites, even when we lose. Not this boring, slow, controlled, cowardly, fearful brand of football that doesn't excite. That's all I want back. That's it. That's it. Not Rondo FC. I want exciting football. Even if you lose, excite us. Let the world know that we're coming back. Not this 1,000 million passes to nowhere because they're trying to control a game. When did football become about control? Football is about chaos and excitement and verve and passion and energy. I hear people say the stadium was dead on Sunday. Dead. Why? Because it was boring. That's not us. That's not us.
Yeah, that's what. So I'm gonna end it here, guys. Anyway, big up to everybody. Hope you're all well. And I'm gonna answer Martin on this. Salah, not a lot of people are after Salah. I'm sorry, not a lot of people are after Salah. Let's not forget, not a lot of people are after Salah. But also they had to pay premium prices because of that. They had to pay premium prices for what's his name, Van Dijk. They had to pay premium prices for Alisson, but they were doing well. There was actually good football and exciting football. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. To be honest, I'm gonna leave it there. And then, he says, Mancunian Way, a Man City fan channel, Liverpool haven't signed top footballers. They signed okay footballers. Versus is a top footballer, and he ain't coming to Europa League team. That is true. Anyway, guys, that's everything from me, guys. Like and subscribe. Thank you to all the people who came from Dab's channel, the South End. But I'm going to redirect you. This video is going to redirect you to never a foul. Dab showed me how to redirect. So he redirected you guys to me. I'm going to redirect you guys back to never a foul. So just what you call it, rate them and say it's a rate from the True City fan. Give me a bit of a rate. I want that. But anyway, thank you very much, Cal. And thank you very much, everybody in the comments. let me just thank you in the comments. Thank you very much, Anthony, PC. Thank you very much, T-Man, Sir Alan, Jordan. Big up to you, Ahmed. Big up to you. Big up to you. Kenny TV, big up to you as always. Kenny TV, you're always here. Big up to you, Kenny TV. This is City. Guys, go subscribe to This is City. I already told you. Big up to you, Adam. You fraud. Alf, go subscribe to Alf's channel. Very good City content creator. Go subscribe to the channel. Yours truly, Your Highness. Big up to you. Big up to let me see this. Big up to DJN1. Big up to you too. Big up to Mancunian Way. Go subscribe to his channel, guys. Big up to Mancunian Way for being here. Thank you for being here. And Hunter. Big up to Hunter. And the Mad Hatter. Big up to you too. And big up to everybody in the comments. And the nameless one, it says most teams sit back and hit on the counter. So Pep have to find different ways of playing against low blocks. That is true. That is true. I think a lot of teams, he's admitted himself this season. Pep has admitted himself this season that teams have started playing a certain way. There's more athletes. They're running more than us. They're more physical than us. And he's admitted that maybe he will change. Were you about to say something, Carl?
No, I guess remember the game where Akanji gets the ball and turns back towards his goal and puts the ball in the fridge in our defensive third. And the team that tried to play a low block had to come out to try to get the ball. I remember that moment. And I said to myself, wow, why did we do that more? So, okay, you want to play low block? Yeah, we'll hold the ball now. Come on.
Yeah. Like where they send it to Edison and Edison holds the ball for a long time.
Come
they have to come in.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
but I
how to play,
haven't seen
okay.
that in a long time, and then we
That's
hoof
what
it
I'm
over them.
saying.
We hoof it over them.
Why do you
and
want to play a high line when you don't have the players in transition to recover? Now hold the ball. Tell them to come. Come and get the ball now. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, there needs to be a lot of change. Guys, on that note, as I said, it's going to redirect you to Never Foul. Go tell them you're coming from here, even though you were sent from, but go tell Never Foul you're coming here. Big up, guys. Big up to all of you. Have a nice Tuesday afternoon. We all look forward to Arsenal versus Madrid. Hopefully we enjoy that. So big up to you guys and have a great day.
Wins tackles! In front! It's a title winner!
Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying!
Hat-trick hunting! Trick getting! Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!